there, today I'm back in my garden and I'm talking about what I will be planting in May. Some of those things I'll be planting today and some of them I'll be planting throughout the month. I have been working on 2 garden beds, getting 2 areas in my garden beds, trying to get those ready for warm season flowers. So I plant a lot of warm season flowers in the summer, and I want to share with you today what some of those warm season annuals are. So every year I plant zinnias. I usually plant, I try different kinds. So Johnny Seeds has some of my favorites. I'll show you those in a minute. The other type I'm going to plant maybe today are floret zinnias. I've planted those in the past. And so the ones that I'm going to plant today are the Johnny's Aurora zinnias. I have planted these last year, I think. May have been my first year, or I may have planted them 2 years in a row, but I planted these last year and these were very pretty. Let me see how tall these get. Oh, it says 30 to 40 inches, so these get fairly tall. They're not the tallest ones I've ever planted, but fairly tall. So I'm going to plant these today. I've got a lot in this pack, but it is supposed to storm tomorrow and the next day, so to not have all of these get possibly washed away, I may plant about 50 of these today, roughly 50, and then I may plant a little bit more of another pack that I have. So the other type that I have are the zinnia Queenie formula mix, or just lime would be one of the colors. There's like a red, orange, and a lime. So the Johnny's Queenie zinnias, I have planted these in the past, I think 2 years in a row, and these are really, really pretty. My favorite. Okay, so these floret zinnia seeds. Floret does not keep her, the company is Floret. They did not keep their seed shop open all year. They'll have like releases like every year or every other year. So I was able to get another pack of these. I had these 2 years ago and these were so pretty. This is the unicorn mix. And these get, it says 40 to 52 inches. So these are a little bit taller. So I should probably plant these like in the back, like closest to the back, in that bed. And then I'll probably plant some of the auroras in front of that. And then maybe queen lime in front of that, or I may save these for another bed. So the second flower that I'm going to plant today are sunflowers. So I have planted many types of sunflowers over the years. I think sunflowers are one of the easiest things to plant. I have planted these for years. Before I even had my garden, like in-ground garden beds, I planted these in containers with my kids. And so we would get little pots and plant sunflowers and then have those all summer. So that was always like a fun thing to do. So you don't have to have, for the zinnias either, you do not have to have like a garden bed. You can get like container garden or a raised bed and then plant the zinnias or the sunflowers. Just be mindful of the type and the height. So some of these may get a little tall for containers and you have to watch them like falling over. These would be really too tall to put in containers unless you had some way to keep them. It depends on the container. As I mentioned, some of these things I'm going to plant today and some of these I'm going to plant later on in the month, or like wait a couple weeks, or maybe wait till next week, but I'll try to like record that and share it later. So marigolds, I have this pack of marigolds that I got from Amazon. I've had these for, I guess I got these last year, but there's a lot of seeds in this pack. I don't know if you can see that, but this is the Sweet Yards. Let's see. There are hundreds of seeds in this pack. This is 1 ounce, and I think these were like $5 or $6, maybe $7. This is the Sweet Yards brand, and I really like these. I grew these a couple years ago. I don't think I had good luck with them last year, but I think it was the timing, or the location. But the bees love these. I had bees everywhere, bumblebees especially. They were hanging on these, falling asleep on them all day. At the end of the day, come out here the next day, you have a little bee hanging upside down asleep on these marigolds. So this is another like great easy warm season flower to plant right now. Another one that I would recommend planting in May, there are endless possibilities. For one thing, You should always check your zone to see what, you know, does well in your zone for the summer or like the warm season. But one of my other favorite flowers are cosmos. I plant these every year. I planted some back here, but I don't think they're getting enough sunlight because they're in the very back. But I plan to order some more of these botanical interest cosmos. And this one is Sensation Blend. These are $2.29. I mean, you can't beat that. And all you do is literally sprinkle these on the ground, press them into the soil, and water them, and you will have cosmos. And they will drop seeds, and then you will have cosmos next year. This one was my favorite. I had these probably 2 years ago, and then I had some what do you call it, volunteer plants, where they just drop their seeds. So these are so pretty. I need to work on this bed back here and get it ready because it's still got leaf mulch on it. But the other two sides of the garden, the soil was very hard, and I have heavy clay soil. I have said that over and over again. But if you are new, if you have lived somewhere where you have heavy clay soil, the soil is like solid. I mean, like a solid, when it's dry, it is almost like a solid floor. I had to work on those two garden beds. So I have a little electric tiller that I got from Home Depot a couple years ago, or maybe Lowe's. And I just lightly tilled up the surface of the soil the other day. Then I, kind of broke all that surface soil up because there was nothing getting through that soil. It was just like solid. So I tilled that up. And then today I'm going to add some potting mix. Like I usually use garden soil, but I got potting mix because I don't really care. I've been trying to get these perennials to grow from seed, and they take a little bit longer because the seeds are teeny tiny. So I have these bee balm. So I have some of these bee balm seeds left from, this is my painter state, from Eden Brothers. I'm gonna sprinkle some of those down, I think over here. So I'm just gonna go over and show you this area real quick, and then I'm gonna add some garden soil or potting soil to it, and then I'm gonna plant a few of those zinnias today. My hair is getting bigger as the video goes. It's so humid outside. My hair will like take up the whole screen in a minute. Okay, so here's my little perennial bed, and then I have some dahlias and snapdragons, some ornamental grass over here, more snapdragons. There's some crimson clover, and then just a couple plants and pots back there. We're gonna work on the other side. This is the garden bed that I've been working on all week. You see the two banana trees, banana plants, whichever. So there's a little area between the banana plant and these dahlias that I'm going to work on. These are perennials, babies. And then banana tree, here's the where I'm going to plant the zinnias. And then I'm going to probably put some marigolds here and work on trying to add this bee balm to this area. I really wish I had some more salvia, but I have some in pots that I may put. Okay, my heart almost just stopped. I don't know if you could see that. I know what this is, so I'm not going to freak out. I'm walking really slow. This is a speckled king snake. Yeah, that's never happened to me. I'm shaking, but I'm okay because I know what it is, and I'm just gonna leave it alone and let it go the other way. I am not usually calm about snakes. Yeah. This is a big one. Deep breath. Okay, I think I have recovered from the shock. I followed it all the way over there, waited a little while, and then it has gone that way. So I saw my neighbor walking and I warned her, because we both text each other when we see a snake and say, hey, our friend is back, which obviously it's not the same friend. We have a lot of speckled king snakes in warm weather, and I have found babies like underneath these whatever you call these. My mind is blank. Oh my god, I cannot believe it. Anyway, it just came right up here, chill. But it was chill. I left it alone. I know it's not a venomous snake. I am not freaking out like I used to. I have picked them up before, like turned over leaves and picked up a baby snake and had no idea. So that I have to be really mindful to wear gloves, and that was a good reminder that I need to start checking under all of these little landscape timbers to make sure there's no snakes, because that one was decent size. I would say 2 feet. So I'm gonna try to like regain my composure and put this soil down. Other thing is, I still can't believe that happened. Now I'm looking at everything like, is it a snake? I still can't believe that happened. Now I'm looking at everything like, is there a snake? See, I have to remove, I don't know if you can see right here, I need to remove all these leaves because they like to hang out under those leaves. But the speckled king snakes are really easy to see because they're black with white spots. So these are the Johnny's Aurora seeds. I'm gonna plant, since there's 250 in here, I'm definitely not planting that many today. I think I have collected myself. It took a minute. So I'm going to wrap that up today. I have shared a lot of videos this spring already. If you want to check those out, there will be links somewhere over here at the end. I have shared, what I'm planting each month: January, February, March, April, now going into May, and then some other garden projects or suggestions for plants that I love and will replant every year. At some point I may do a video of things that I just don't plan to bother with anymore, or at least for the time being. So if you made it to the end, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.